So yeah, as I told you, we're going to see about what is SRE today. So this is going to be like what is happening with SRE, like how does it evolve, and what is the difference between SRE and the traditional approach and DevOps? Like because we do have a parallel um, item which is called as the DevOps as well. So we just will try to understand like what's the difference, because there's a little bit of difference, but people used to confuse it. Like people think, okay, here's I'm going to do the same thing. Why? What's the difference, and what is the item or what is the metrics that I'm going to collect? So all these items is going to be discussed here today, and starting with the first slide here. Sorry, where am I? Yeah. So the first thing, which is the need for SRE. Why are so the need for reliability? So why do we need the system to be reliable? So just a quick question before I start. So uh, we all experience frustration due to a system outage. Like for example, if you're trying to book something, or if you're trying to make some payments, and if the system is out, or if the system is down, so we used to get frustration, right? So just imagine you are about to make an important purchase, or like for a ticket, a train ticket or a flight ticket, or you're submitting some critical work. You're updating, uploading some items, and suddenly the system gets crashed, and you're not going to, or you're not able to complete your transaction. So, how does that affect the trust in the organization? So, just imagine, okay, so in India, we don't have any choice. We only have IRCTC to book the tickets. But just imagine if you're booking a cinema ticket, or you're trying to purchase an iPhone in some offer, with some offer, so that offer is getting close, and we are about to buy something. And just imagine you're about to make the payment, and if the system gets crashed, do we ever turn back to that organization, or do we again go back to that website? Or so the amount of trust that we build will completely be affected. So that's the reason the reliability matters, because reliability is the backbone of any business. It's not just only the online business, or just not just only the website business, but it's about any business, even with the small shops. Yes, reliability is the backbone, right? So what happens is the organizations today, they depend on their systems. Yes, we all know. So they need to build their systems. It's not just about the websites, it's about their backend systems as well. Like even if we are using a mobile app, it doesn't come with a web application, but they do have their servers, they do have their storage, everything is behind their system that is running. So they depends on the system, the applications to function smoothly, because every second of downtime is translated to lost revenue, right? So if just imagine if um, uh, the Amazon is like down for like 1 second, just 1 second, they lost like millions of dollars or millions of rupees in any country, right? So that's amount of downtime that it's getting translated to lost revenue. So that's the reason, again, I'm telling you, the reliability is very important. Apart from that, it's so when I say loss of revenue, what in turn happens is the customer will get frustrated, and in turn the reputation will get damaged. So just imagine, do we ever remember that websites like Amazon or any big organization's website has got down? No, we never remember that, because there were no such situations. And just imagine, like, we were watching a movie in Netflix, and I personally remember that I have never seen a downtime, or I have never seen that the application is not available, because that is the amount of reliability that they give to us. So just imagine, I mean, some scenarios I will tell you. When Facebook, this actually went down like few months back, I remember, when like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, everything went down, and we all know that, right? So millions of dollars in advertising revenue were lost. So that was a previous scenario. And again, there was Amazon's brief outage during a major sale, a kind of a Black Friday or something, I think a Cyber Monday, which resulted in a lot of financial loss and customer dissatisfaction. So even industries like healthcare, reliability is life critical. So a small system failure in a hospital could endanger the patients. So that is the amount of reliability that we expect. So just imagine, like, can you think of any example like where reliability was compromised and it affected the business or customers? So any case, like any of these above examples, like what we see for Facebook or Amazon or any other thing? Can you just
Uh,
the example? Yeah.
so, Vasant, I think what I remember is when Michael Jackson died, I think people wanted to validate the information whether it is correct or not. And
Oh,
at that time, for a certain period, the Google itself was down. I think for one and
oh,
a half
okay.
hour. Yes, so that's what I got to know. So I
Okay,
think
yeah,
that
this was
was
new
really
information for me. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. So that's how it happens. Again, thanks for bringing me. So that is a example for how reliability was compromised, right? In
In
terms
fact,
of
you
yeah.
must have, as you gave an example of IRCTC.
Mm,
Earlier, IRCTC was like no one is able to book the tickets online during the Tatkal hours on the
yeah.
IRCTC website.
Right.
Now it is
Right.
improving. They are improving their reliability. Their servers are getting better. But earlier it was so bad that people don't like even people couldn't use their website during the colors, and there were long queues and people have to book uh, from the windows.
Exactly.
um, yeah.
That's true. I completely agree. So yeah, there are some of these scenarios. So that's the reason very big organizations like Google have come up with this idea of improving the reliability. So okay, we will see that one by one. So what happens? What happens when it comes to the speed and stability? Because when I say about speed, uh, so what gets tricky is business want to innovate and they push updates at lightning speed. So when I say lightning speed, we do get several updates to our Windows machine, to our iPhone, to any of the apps. If you see, if you open your phone, they say there is an update for your app, right? So that is the level of innovation and that's the level of updates that is happening. But again, if they move too fast and if they neglect reliability, what happens is there is downtime. And uh, there are chances where you get security breaches and there are like inefficiencies as well. If you remember, maybe I'm not sure whether you have tried this one, but I myself, what happens at my end is like I'm in UK, so when I'm trying to make any payments or anything, and when I open the HDFC Bank or anything like that after like around 10, which is like 2 o'clock or like late night. So most of the times I could see any of the banking website, any of the insurance websites were down because they were doing updates. So I know that it's not the regular office hours and they were able to make it. But just imagine what happens if something breaks down during the regular office hours. So that's why we need to bring in this process of this reliability part. So that's where this SLO and SLI comes in. So to break it down, I will tell you that if the team focus only on speed, which is the patching speed, that the way they send more push, they push more updates, what happens is they might introduce bugs and there will be faulty deployments. Yes, when we deploy, there could be some faulty deployments that will happen and your system will get unstable. And if the team focuses only on reliability, what happens is, okay, they wanted the system to be very reliable, very stable. What happens is you ignore to give the updates very quicker. So in turn, what happens is the innovation gets slowed down. So what you think is like, okay, let's slow down the process. Let's keep the system available because you focus only on reliability and the competitors are ahead because nowadays there are like lots of competitions, right? Every single day you could see a lot of startups who are coming in and they are like competing companies like Google, Apple and everyone. So you have to be innovative and you have to be like ahead of your competitors. So you have to be improved in your speed and you have to be reliable as well. So just imagine you are building a house and you want to build it very quickly, so you're rushing your construction where you're skipping the safety checks, the 5 safety checks, which normally nowadays everyone needs to be checked. We skip it because we wanted to rush the construction. The house might collapse because you miss some major or some prime thing that has to be done. But if you skip it, then automatically the building will collapse. So just an analogy about a system. So if you want to rush your construction, if you want to rush your publishing of your updates or patches, so in that case, yes, you might get collapsed. The application might get collapsed. But if you spend a lot of time in reinforcing it, we will never be able to finish the building. And by the time you'll be see other apartments are coming the other side, right? So the key lesson for this particular slide, the need for reliability, is finding a balance. between the speed and the reliability, so that you can ensure that the system remains resilient while the organizations continue growing and evolving. So that's the thing which I wanted to say here. So you need to have speed because you want to push, you want to be innovative, you are innovative, and you want to push your updates at lightning speed. Yes, I agree, but that should not disturb the reliability, right? So that's the point for this one particular slide. So that's the reason why we look into the SRE part, right? So any doubts before we move to the next slide? Okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll move to the next slide.